EcoSan technology at IHE consists of 11 waterless urinals and 1 urine-diversion-dehydrating or UDD toilet. What is EcoSan?
Ecological sanitation means safe disposal of the human feces and separation of feces and urine, and then after some days it's being disposed or applied to agricultural use.
EcoSan means to me that we found finally an alternative to the increasing sanitation problems, especially in developing countries.
EcoSan, or ecological sanitation, is sanitation that strives to be sustainable. 4 main goals of EcoSan are improving health by minimizing the introduction of pathogens into the water cycle, recovering nutrients, water, and energy from waste hygienically, preserving soil fertility and improving productivity, reducing consumption of water and mineral fertilizers. Have you used a waterless urinal or UDD toilet?
I have personally used the urinals, yes, but not the urine diversion toilet for the fecal.
I haven't used it. Why? Because by culture, I'm a Muslim, and it doesn't have the option for washing up after use. You know, in our culture, after any call of nature, whether short or long, you have to wash up after you've done whatever you've done, and it doesn't have that option. Since it's just a urine diversion toilet, I don't see where I think I would be using it improperly.
What we have at EAVAC, if this can be called EcoSan toilet, I would say yes, otherwise no. What we have at EAVAC is a urine diverted toilet which is flushed with rainwater. So it's a normal flushing toilet. It's just that instead of drinking water or clean water, it's rainwater flushing.
What is your impression of waterless urinals and UDD toilets?
Yeah, they are great. They save a lot of water, and especially in context to Indian continent, that would be of great use, because flushing water for toilets is heavily used in India. In some parts where there's water scarcity, it can be of great use. Even in cities where there's heavy use or consumption of water, it can be applied, and the total consumption of water can be reduced to manifold, thereby reducing the economic cost, the threat to the natural resources, depleting water levels on groundwater, and the other aspects of impacting the downstream people with the heavily contaminated water or the wastewater.
Too much cleaning. Because we do project and people always say you have to involve the stakeholder, and I was not involved in this design. No one asked me if I was ready to test, but I was happy it was there for many ecological reasons. It was nice to have this, so reducing nitrogen load into the water bodies, protecting our environment is good. But the technical design of the toilet itself, this was a bit of problem, because we have to do too much cleaning after using it.
Waterless urinals save 4 to 6 liters per use. UDD toilets save 10 liters per use. The waterless urinals and UDD toilet in UNESCO-IHE are estimated to save 650 meters cubed annually. In addition, they do not pollute drinking water for the transport of feces or urine. Would you have any concerns about eating fruits or vegetables grown with fertilizers made from human urine?
No, absolutely no, because in our country or in many countries they use cow dung waste as a manure. That's called a farmyard manure. When you can use cow dung waste as a farmyard manure, why can't you go for the same for the human beings? It's the same thing that applies to cow dung. Same applies for human beings. And if there's proper research and proper work being carried out, then I think so it can be used in a different way. Like 1 liter of urine contains good amount of nitrogen. So you can heavily reduce your chemical fertilizers, thereby degrading which degrades the soil fertility.
In some way, yes. If I don't know, if I am not very aware at first that it was fertilized by poo-poo, like we call it, I would have a problem eating it. But as I interacted with people from the coast, they told me they ate some berries in some country where it was fertilized by fecal feces, so I would like to try it out. I wouldn't mind eating it now, but before, like at home, near our sewage treatment plant, there are some sugar cane plantations, and they told us that they are fertilized by fecal sludge, and we are always like, no, I'm not eating any sugar cane anymore. So it's kind of hard.
Would you have any concerns eating fruits or vegetables grown with fertilizers made of human urine?
Probably so.
You would have.
Yes.
And what if we say the same question, but fertilizers based on human feces?
Yeah, it concerns me a little.
A little?
No, I wouldn't if I would be sure that it is handled in a proper way, as we just said about not spraying the urine on the top of the cauliflower. So if I could be sure about that, yes, I would do so.
What about human feces?
Human feces, the same. If it is properly tried, and you can be sure that there is no harmful components anymore in that, you just use it as a soil stabilizer additionally, like a compost, then I would accept the usage, yes.
Urine contains few pathogens. With simple treatment such as storage, any pathogens are killed. The pathogens in feces are killed with prolonged storage or composting. What benefits can EcoSan bring?
In Brazil, my country, there's a lot of water supplies, fresh water supplies. Brazil has 12 to 13% of the fresh water in the world. So we have a culture in my country of not using in a sustainable way water. And I think this kind of toilets will be very important for Brazil in terms of saving fresh water. But it requires a little bit of effort of maintaining these toilets, you know, to avoid the odor, the smell. And I don't know if it will be effective in Brazil, because it will require some level of maintenance. And I'm not sure if it will work in Brazil, but it's a very good idea.
Recycling of nutrients. If I look at phosphorus, for example, there is a huge depletion of phosphorus in the world, and everyone knows we don't have enough resources in the future. So, be it by EcoSan toilet or other way of recycling waste, if we can return back nutrient, yes? Mm-hmm. If EcoSan can contribute to this, yes. Mm-hmm.